Welcome. What is up? Welcome to This Week in the Mixer, episode 2.17. First things, want to get off to what I omitted from last week's episode. Anthony's drunken fab spending binge. I'm not sure where this ranks on the Mount Rushmore on the list of the wildest things that have happened in the Mixer. It may be flirting with top 10, but as the legend goes, Anthony got drunk on JMO and was sleep deprived. Decided to place bids on players totaling $750 out of our $1,000 budget. Anthony's usually a pretty frugal guy, and especially when it comes to, from my experience playing against him in the baseball league where we have the same fab system and also burning priority waiver claims, usually a little bit more on the conservative side. When I first saw his spinning spree, I thought he was really aggressive, but props to him if he believed in the players he got. I believe he got Hollywood Brown, he got TJ Hawkinson, and another player that's slipping my memory, but yeah, 750 total, 300 plus on TJ Hawkinson, dropping Vance McDonald to do so. And what does TJ do this week? I think he gets 1 for 9 or something like that. And Vance McDonald gets, 7 for 107 and a touchdown or something like that. 22 points total. So, you hate to see it, but that's how it goes. So, props to Anthony for, giving us something entertaining and for going out and getting his guys. I'm sure he won't regret it towards the end of the season when he needs a streaming defense to get in the playoffs. I'm sure he won't. But, it's something to think about. The next thing I wanted to get into is, all the injuries. Every year, there's crazy injuries. But this year, it's been happening to quarterbacks. Usually quarterbacks are kind of the more stable position. They don't take too many hits, especially with today's rules. A lot of them going down. I can't even remember who the hell is the Jets quarterback. They had their backup. I think it was it Case Keenum. I'm not sure who it was. I only got to watch parts of the second half, so I missed the injury. I saw it on Twitter, but yeah, it was nasty. High ankle sprain, but apparently that's worse than a break. Maybe rest in peace that guy's career. I don't even know who the third guy is they brought in. A lot of these backup quarterbacks, they just all blend together. Case Keenum, Matt Castle. Blake Bortles stands out. So he's one. The one exception, but Matt Flynn, they're just all the same generic white guy that have a job that people on Twitter love to talk about how it should be Colin Kaepernick, and count me as one of those people, because I would much rather see Kaepernick running around trying to make shit happen than these fools. Trying to think of other major injuries that happened this. Drew Brees, is another quarterback that went down. Is it Taysom Hill season? I sure hope so. Teddy doesn't have that spark that he used to, or didn't look like it. We'll see. Full week of preparation, he might do better, but why not see what Taysom Hill could do? Why not do crazy 50-50 offense? That'd be something. Probably a terrible idea. All right, let's get into the matchups. The injuries aren't really coming to my mind straight away, and only got a limited time. So I want to, I got the full printouts, multiple pages here. It's all over the place. It's kind of hard to read. so we'll see how it goes. But hopefully we'll be able to do the matchups a little more justice. So first off, we'll start with, I guess, Sean versus me. By the way, shouts to people who keep their same team names from the previous year. That's underrated. It's something I recommend doing. It creates, it creates that sense of, what's the word? Label. It's good for your brand. Something I'm working on. While I'm at it, like, subscribe, comment, please, just like, it's not that freaking hard. So, and alerts. Switch on alerts, please. So, yes. Mason, Matt, if you could do that, that'd be tits. And the other winners this week who might actually listen in. If you lost, maybe I'll catch you next week. So we'll start with the simulation against me. So for Sean, Big Ben got 3 points. Kamara got 6. Todd Gurley looks like 15. Mike Evans 10. Robert Woods 6. Calvin Ridley got 25. Zach Ertz got 17. Sammy got 10, and Vikings D got 6. So notable here, Kamara only getting 6. Roethlisberger getting 3, another injury, he's done for the year. So Sean's gonna need some help because his only other quarterback rostered is Jameis Winston, who he had on his bench. He went with the risky move of putting a wide receiver in the Superflex spot. I noticed more owners doing this, getting a little cute. You got balls, but I keep saying it. It's the wrong move. Statistically, it's the wrong move. It's bad process. But good for you for, it's something I recommend all my opponents do. But, yeah, it's bad process. Come on, guys. We're better than this. So, yeah, really disappointing from Roethlisberger. Kamara. Gurley, I believe, got a touchdown, so it's good to see that. At least for any Gurley owners out there, maybe in your other leagues, that he's getting some of that goal line work or that red zone work. Malcolm Brown isn't gonna snake it like he did in week 1 all the time. But Calvin Ridley had a great day. I think he had a long touchdown, maybe 2, but good to see that he and Julio Jones can be productive in the same offense. Atlanta, I think, has the most dome games out of any team, so most likely going to continue that production. Looks like Sean could have got a value with that pick. His value from last season, Robert Woods, not doing so hot. I think he had he only, 6 points, so maybe that's 2 for 40. I'm not sure. It was a weird game. There'll be more productive days for him in the future, but didn't get it quite done for Sean this week. Nothing really notable on his bench. Royce Freeman got 14, which is more than you'd expect, but still nothing to be overly excited about. For my squad, Lamar Jackson, the QB1, the secret weapon. My RB1 happened to throw for 270 and a touchdown this week on top of the 120 he got on the ground. Love to see that. He got 36 points. And then, I got some duds in here. David Johnson got 9. Josh Jacobs looked good, but only got 9 points. Bad game script. Deshaun Jackson, it's perfect example of who Deshaun Jackson is. He lights it up for 36 on my bench last week. Started him this week. He didn't have a single target. I think he got hurt in the second quarter. Didn't come back. So, he brought the bagels this week, or at least one for me. Luckily, it didn't matter. John Ross, the wide receiver 1. He's tied with Sammy Watkins right now. Had a more productive week too, though. Got me 22 points. I believe most of it came on a late touchdown in garbage time. So it could have been ugly. I think he was 5 for 40 up until that point or something like that. 9 points, I think he was projected for 11. So whatever. I don't really pay attention to projections. We'll see what his role is like once AJ Green gets back. But with Tyreek out, I'm going to continue to need production like this out of my, kind of like tertiary receivers that I'm having to throw in at a kind of desperation. Jared Cook got me 4 points. Really not liking that pick right now. I usually wait till late tight end. I could have got somebody like Mark Andrews or Darren Waller, who are looking like better picks now. They were kind of my late round targets. Instead, I went early, got Jared Cook. I could have a wide receiver there, and now Drew Brees is out. So, and I kind of got to keep him. I can't really drop him. I don't know. It's just, I kind of feel tied to him right now. And he's not producing like I hoped he would. Keenan Allen got 17. He got tackled at the 2. Again, I think leads the league in getting tackled at the 2. It's a Calvin Johnson stat. Then inherited by Julio Jones. And then now I think Keenan Allen is taking up that mantle 2 weeks in a row. A lot of targets. I think he's the most targeted receiver right now. With Mike Williams healthy, you would have thought he would have got more. Hunter Henry's out. Travis Benjamin can't catch shit. So I can understand why Rivers is going to his tried and true. But really going to need that production to continue and even maybe take an uptick. Jared Goff somehow got 22 points. He got that long catch and run by Cooper Kupp. Got it down to, he was in, and this cost me a game in another league. I had Cooper Kupp, and I would have got 6 points out of that touchdown. I lost by 4, and there were some really, really questionable calls this week. Nothing like, in this case, it changed my fantasy matchup, and in the Chargers game, it kind of did. It was early on, so it wasn't late in the game where analysts are going to point to it and say that bad call cost the team the game. But they had 2 touchdowns called back on really questionable calls. I heard a McCole Hardman touchdown was called back on a questionable holding call by LaShawn McCoy. The Saints, I believe, got screwed on a fumble. I think they picked up a fumble and ran it back, but since they blew the whistle, they thinking that the player was down, it was kind of like the hockey league game with Cutler and shouts to late aughts Chargers. But yeah, just some really, really bad calls this week. Really bad calls. It's early season for the refs too, as announcers love to say, but get the shit together. This is supposed to be one of the top sports leagues in the world, and it's looking like we have freaking Jeff out there reffing or something. So as I carry on about my team, Curtis Samuel got me 14 on the bench. Hardman got 10. Chance for more. Phil Lindsay, thank you. That was another thing. I'm surprised nobody, I don't know if anybody put it in a bid, but dropping Philip Lindsay was part of Anthony's drunken binge. I was happy to snap him up. Denver doesn't look so good. It's a Joe Flacco offense, if you can even call it an offense, but I'm willing to take that chance for some fab. Could be, he was an RB1 last year, so hopefully he picks it back up. Anyway, we really need to move on from here. But yeah, I'm back up to 500. I think it was my first time being under 500 in the mixer. Definitely the first time I lost in week 1, which I somewhat purposely didn't focus on too much. But I take Sean down 121 to 97 thanks to his lack of output from his team and injuries. So I'll take what I can get. Next up, Anthony. Thanks for keeping the same team name. Zach. Zach is kind of an exception to the rule. I like it when he changes his team name up because usually Clever usually has his name in the freaking title. which is nice. It's good for the brand. And usually has an accompanying awesome Photoshop. So shouts to you, Doorman. You're one of my favorites. I don't care what these other guys say about you. You're one of my favorites. Quickly, Mahomes tied, I think, with Lamar Jackson for QB1 last week. Got 36 points. Most of it in the first half, much like last week. Aaron Jones, are we really doing this? Is he really going to be productive this year? He got 25. Kerryon Johnson got 16. Devontae Adams, 18. Kenny Golladay, 26. Cooper Kupp, 18. The newly acquired most expensive man in the league, TJ Hawkinson, got 1. We'll give him the Will Myers Award. And then Dak Prescott got 29. Texans D got him 10. All in all, a freaking great day for Anthony's squad, top to bottom. This is the kind of thing you love to see. I can imagine his Sunday went well, just getting points. It's been a while. It'd be really nice if that happened for me this week. But yeah, Anthony got 179. DK Metcalf doing good on his bench. Same with Hollywood Brown. So, good week, Anthony. Then we got the Doorman. Had a pretty good week, but had a tough matchup, taking the L this week. Got 13 from Deshaun Watson, 20 from Zeke, 13 James Conner, 16 from Brandon Cooks, 23 from Tyler Boyd. DJ Moore got 17. Mark Andrews, really good week for a tight end, 26 points, 19 points out of Carson Wentz, 5 points from the Ravens D. Notable on his bench, Brissett, 17. Terry McLaurin looking good. Send me that trade offer. I would love for Terry to get Scary Terry or even Chark. Maybe we can make something happen. If you need some running back depth or something, hit me up. But the Doorman Nation hangs 152 this week. It's just not enough because Anthony's squad murdered 179 to 152. Both these teams are 1-1, or is Doorman 0-2? God, this league change is just really fucking me up. It doesn't have the records on here or anything. So, sorry guys, but yeah, Anthony takes the win. Next up. Come on, guys, with these team names. Come on. I'm not even gonna, I mean, shouts to Mason for, at my request, changing his team name because I was having to pull up his team name on my phone, and I'm working tight confines and never was looking over your shoulder. So that was a little worrying, and I kind of get Mason's humor, or at least I know it's not coming from a place of hate. It's more of a place of misplaced sense of humor. But not everybody I work with knows, and I really don't want to have to explain that to people. But thank you, Mason, for making it, PG-13, I guess, at my request. So we got Jake. He got -1 from Drew Brees, 9 from Chris Carson, 13 from David Montgomery, 18 from Michael Thomas, 29 on Monday night from OBJ. Adam Thielen got 12. Evan Ingram got a 10. Garoppolo showed he does know how to play the quarterback position. Got 24 points. Seattle's D got him 3, total of 117. Really big night from OBJ. So, looks like that is actually what put him over the top over Mason here. Spoiler alert. Matt Ryan got Mason 22 points. Joe Mixon 5 points. Not looking good for Mixon. Nick Chubb got 19. Now Mixon's going to tell me to, I should try it myself. That was his take. Anybody thinks they could do better and get out there on the field. I might actually be able to, but anyway. DeAndre Hopkins, 9 points, an off week. Amari Cooper got 14. A little bit more consistency out of Amari, so you gotta like that. Allen Robinson, what is that, 8? I hope that's 8, not 0. It's an 8. O.J. Howard, oh, there's the 0. He got 0. Gotta love those Tampa Bay options. Matthew Stafford got 17. Bears D got 6. His bench did nothing. Bad week for Mason. Only he managed to, he hit triple digits, only just the 100 points, but he falls to Jake 117 to 100. Where are we at? Legacy Lovers. That's Matt, right? And Murphy's Law. No, that's Danny. This is Jeff and Danny. That's right. All right. Okay, it's good. Week 3 we'll have it together. So Josh Allen got 24 for Jeff, 6 out of Christian McCaffrey, 28 out of Dalvin Cook, 27 out of Chris Godwin, 17 out of Tyler Lockett, 12 from Michael Gallup, 8 from Kittle, 22 from Eckler, the RB1, and 37 freaking points out of the Patriots D. I mean, you're going to be top scorer when things like that happen. Even more notable, Kyler Murray, who he benched instead of flexing, got 19 points. But it was the right call because Eckler got 22. Doing it with style. Brave balls. Jeff's looking like the early favorite. Christian Kirk got 18 on his bench. I'd love to have Christian Kirk on my team, Jeff. So, maybe send over a fair offer. Matt Breida, 15. So his bench pieces are doing well. Jeff's looking to be pretty good despite his lower draft grade. But he's looking good right now. It's only week 2, but I'd gladly switch spots with him. And then Danny, he had a decent week, but a tough matchup. 27 out of Brady, 22 out of Saquon, 20 out of Lev, 15 out of AB, 19 out of Julian Edelman, nothing out of Alshon. I believe he got hurt. Nothing out of Njoku, who also got hurt. Baker Mayfield got him 18. Ramsey got him 8. 13 out of Rivers on his bench. Not really much happening on Danny's bench, so he's got some good pieces, but he's kind of got a lack of depth here. Might be a rough season for Danny. He falls this week. It was a rough week, 181 to 119. Last matchup before we wrap this up, we got, I believe it's the Gardella Bowl. Where is it? Where's the Gardella Bowl? Come on, guys. What are we doing here? Here we go. Taming of the Shoe. I wouldn't even give it a plus. That's a straight D team name. Against Jess. So Matt Jess, Gardella Bowl. He got 14 out of Cam, 12 out of Fournette, 17 out of Derrick Henry, 28 out of Julio with game-winning touchdown. That was a nice play. Juju got 13, Ty 14, Waller 12, Cousins 10, Browns D 12 on Monday night, which was the difference maker. Cost me my matchup. Some solid production out of his bench. 11 out of Mike Williams, 11 out of James White, 11 out of Singletary, who's hurt now, 16 out of Fitz, who, another guy who I wouldn't mind having on my team. If you want to chip off Juju or Fitz, hit me up, Matt. Good for 132 this week. I had 122. And then for Jess, 16 for Rodgers, 9 out of Mark Ingram, 12 out of Sony Michel, 9 out of Diggs, 14 out of John Brown, 8 out of James Conner, 24 out of Kelsey, 27 out of Russell Wilson, 7 out of the Titans, who I guess is a thing this year. Some good numbers by our bench. Emmanuel Sanders is having a really good year. Really good year on Jess's bench. You send me those offers. I need a wide receiver, Jess. Looks like you got some extra ones here. So yeah, that would have been the difference maker if she would have slotted in Emmanuel, which I'm sure she's fully aware of. But that in cases like that, that's when it really gets me the most personally when I do something like that. Like last week with Deshaun Jackson. If I would have played him over any one of my other receivers, I would have had one of the highest scores. But instead, you get an L. It counts for nothing. Just falls 132 to 126. That's it for this week. I can get back. I'm gonna have our lunches coming up here soon. So you know, shouts to all you guys for your congratulations on my promotion. I think I got like 1 thumbs up and 1 congrats. So really appreciate it. You know what I appreciate more? Liking, subscribing, alerts, all that bullshit. I'll catch you guys next week. See ya.